God wants to insert himself into a sinful, fallen creation. His problem? He is holy. And if he does that, his holiness will automatically destroy sin and everything tainted by it. All of creation, including us. So he has to somehow put himself into creation, as creation, but without the sin, so he can rescue it. We see this first with Adam, which means humanity, man. He says he's making humanity specifically to be in his image, and he gives humanity sovereignty over creation, pictured by Adam naming all the animals. God creates this garden so that humanity can reproduce his nature of perfect, self-sacrificing love in the midst of Satan's kingdom of perfect self-centeredness, what the Bible calls sin. Adam is God's representative, protected from Satan by this garden because Adam is supposed to be fruitful and multiply the fruit of God's Spirit, as we find out in the New Testament. Humanity is intended to be in the image of God for this purpose. We know that all humans commit treason, just like Adam. We give this sovereignty, gifted to us by God, over to Satan, his enemy. Satan means opponent, opposer. So God does something he hinted at a few times in the Old Testament. He does a recreation. He puts himself in Jesus and recreates humanity, not in Adam, but in Jesus. And this time, there is perfect obedience, perfect love for God. That is, no sin. Jesus lives as a human was supposed to live. The perfect temple, the perfect garden, this place in a sinful creation where God can dwell within that creation and thereby save it. Now here's the thing. Jesus then puts that same Spirit of God in us. And he uses the Bible to describe what it looks like when a human is living from that Spirit, bringing God's presence into every and any dark place in this world. So when you're reading the Bible, you're reading about Jesus Christ, but because his Spirit is now in you, you're also reading about yourself. You are his temple, as he tells us in 2 Corinthians 6. You are his garden, producing the fruit of his Spirit, as he tells us in Galatians 5. You, as a new Adam, are being remade into his image, as he tells us in Romans chapter 8. 2 Corinthians 3:18 says this, "But we all, with unveiled face, beholding as in a mirror the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from glory to glory, just as by the Spirit of the Lord." And now you know why.